So I'm wondering if there'll be any floods anywhere. I'm in a place at the minute called Weston, which is near to Crewe in Cheshire. I haven't come across any floods at the minute, but I am going down some sort of, they are lanes, but it is a main road. There is sometimes a flood further down where I'm going, but I don't know if we've had enough rain at the minute for the field to be flooded and running onto the road. I thought we were going to have a thunderstorm, but we haven't. I'm heading to a place now called Wychwood Park. This is like a gated sort of community, which is a bit unusual for in the UK. I'm not going in there, we just go past it. There's 2 magpies then, so that's 2 for joy, so that's a good sign. I don't know if you can see in the verges just to the left, there's a lot of yellow flowers. That's something called ragwort. So it's a good wild flower, but the farmers hate it because if it gets into the fields, the livestock do avoid it. They don't actually eat it whilst it's in the field. So if you go into a field where there's cows, horses, anything, you'll see all the grass is short, but then just round where the yellow flower is, that will be sticking out of the ground and it'll be totally untouched, and that's because it's poisonous to cattle and things like that. So the farmers don't like it because if it gets into a field where they're having hay, the ragwort obviously gets cut and then put into the bales with the grass, and then unfortunately then if the cows eat it, it is poisonous and they can actually die even eating the hay sort of thing that's got the ragwort mixed in with it. So farmers don't like it, but it is a good wildflower to have. I think there's something called I think it's cinnabar moth. It's a red and black moth that feeds on that. So sometimes there's quite a lot of caterpillars on it because it is specific to that moth. Careful on this road. It's a fast road, it's a 60-mile-an-hour road, but it does get a lot of horses on it, and there is a lot of blind bends and dips, so you do have to keep your speed down a little bit. This is a place called Baltley. Normally a patch just to the left up here of wildflowers. I don't know if one of the houses that are right up the lanes have planted them, because it is just one particular patch, it's not a massive area. It should just be here. It looks like they've been cut, which it is the right time to cut them now because it's coming up to August. Right, just down here, there used to be a pub called the Wagon and Horses. I don't know if you can see anything. No, you can't. But it's a derelict building now. It's all been, it was I think they had a fire. It's been empty for at least, I'd say, about 10 years. It needs knocking down really, because it's just a bit of an eyesore now. I'm surprised they haven't built houses on it, to be honest. We're just going over the bridge to the M6. So if I have a look, yeah, the M6 is clear both ways. And this is where it's totally clear. We normally, if we've had a lot of rain, get a flood here. It runs out to that field. But again, we need to be careful around here because of the horses. I think we're going to have thunderstorms again later. There's no horses up to yet. I think one actually got hit up here by a car, so there is a sign going the other way where it shows a horse that's been hit by a car just lying on the ground. Now we're in a 30-mile-an-hour zone, so that's good. We go nice and slow, and sometimes there is a speed camera that sits hiding down the corner just down here. I bet you can't see it on the camera, but because we've had all the rain, it's actually gone quite warm again now and humid, so there is steam coming off the ground. This little sign here tells you how fast you're going, so I'm going 28 miles an hour, so that's good. Yeah, so come across no floods. There's no floods normally around here now. It's just a normal little village. Nothing really interesting to show you.